In the long corridors of history, there are echoes that seem too deliberate to be coincidence, whispers that time itself may have played a strange trick. Two men, born a century apart, bound by fate's dark symmetry, Abraham Lincoln and John Fitzgerald Kennedy. It begins with their lives, both leaders who rose from humble origins to command the highest office in the United States. Lincoln, born in a rough Kentucky cabin in 1809. Kennedy, born in the refined halls of Massachusetts in 1917 to 108 years apart. Yet, as if history enjoyed repetition, both men carried the weight of a divided nation and the vision of unity and equality. Both men shared not just ideals, but eerie coincidences that threaded their destinies. Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846. Kennedy, exactly 100 years later, in 1946. Lincoln became president in 1860. Kennedy, a century later, in 1960. Both were champions of civil rights, men of empathy and principle, trying to steer their nations toward compassion, and both met bullets for their efforts. Lincoln was shot on a Friday in the theater named Ford. Kennedy was shot on a Friday in a Lincoln car made by Ford. Lincoln's assassin, John Wilkes Booth, fled from a theater and was captured in a warehouse. Kennedy's assassin, Lee Harvey Oswald, fled from a warehouse and was captured in a theater. And as if the cruel joke of fate had not gone far enough, Booth and Oswald were both killed before they could stand trial silence forever, as though history wished to preserve its mystery. Even their successors bear an uncanny reflection, both named Johnson. Andrew Johnson, who succeeded Lincoln, was born in 1808. Lyndon Johnson, who succeeded Kennedy, was born in 1908, exactly 100 years apart. It is as though time, in its cyclical cruelty, drew the same picture twice, each line darker than the last. Scholars explain it as coincidence, statisticians shrug it off, and skeptics scoff. But for those who listen closely to the echoes of history, it feels as though something larger, something unseen, was at work. Perhaps the same hand that writes destiny merely copied its own script, a century apart, to remind mankind that the story of heroism and tragedy never truly changes, only the names and faces do. So the ghosts of Lincoln and Kennedy linger in America's collective memory, not just as martyrs of freedom, but as mirrored souls whose deaths reveal that history may not move forward at all, but in haunting circles.